Welcome to the Summers Woodworking Show. It's season 5, episode 3. And today we're going to talk about clean slate. If you're moving from your current shop or moving into a shop, you're going to be starting over or just starting. What would you do to set up that shop? If there's anything differently or the same that you would do in that shop, what would it be? And today's guest is Cy's Corner. Cy, you want to tell everybody who you are and how they can find you?
Hello, I'm Cy from Cy's Corner, and you can find me on YouTube at Cy's Corner, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook and all those basically, those places.
And you just moved into a shop, didn't you?
Yes. It's been a few weeks ago now. And so I went from my little shed to the shop, which is, well, it was 200 square feet, and then we made a bedroom in it. So it's really only 100 square feet, but it's a lot bigger than 64 square feet, which is what I had.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So the layout is pretty good, and yeah. But as far as setting it up, that's a process. Yep.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's taken me over a year to get mine set up.
Yeah. But having things on casters is nice, so you can move it around if you don't like it in one spot pretty easily,
Shove everything into a corner, pull out what you need.
Yeah, that's what we're doing with the guest room. I just shove everything in there, and then as I need it, just wheel it out. And so far, it's working okay. But I found that I tend to, if I need to cut something real quick, I'm just doing it in the guest room, so that's making it kind of messy in there with the sawdust.
I hear you.
Yeah, but it can be swept out.
We're going to go down here and show everybody who's who on the panel. Chris, you want to tell people who you are? How they can find you?
Yeah, sure. Hey guys, Chris here from the Old Cranky Workshop. You'll find me on Facebook and YouTube, and I am working on a couple of videos, so I will be back in the game real soon. So stand by. I just got to sit down and start doing some editing. So.
That's cool. And next we got Jerry.
Hey guys, Jerry with Polly Wants a Crafter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and farmers markets all around.
All right. Now, Cy, since we know you moved into your new shop, you want to tell people about your shop? I know that you just built it, you and your husband.
Yes. What do you want to know about it?
How hard was it to build the thing?
Well, husband's he's done a bunch of buildings, so for him it wasn't any big deal. For me, it was all new, since I hadn't built anything before. And we did all that remodeling of our home when we moved into it, so I had learned a lot of stuff. But I just followed his lead, basically, just helped him, really.
Yeah.
And it was quick and easy for him, I think.
So how long did it take you to build it?
I'm not sure. I think we had it, about maybe just a few, 3 months, maybe 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Or 4. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it was quick.
So what was the most challenging part about that?
That's a good question. I didn't like doing the stuff on the roof.
Yeah.
And I don't like being up there. And so that was challenging for me to be up there and help. But it was also kind of cool being up there. And then when you get the roof on, it's like, yeah, you feel good about that. Yeah. But I had fun doing the inside things. And it was one of those where we would have an idea and we're like, okay, this is going to be simple shop. And then it was like, ooh, wow, we should do this. And then, oh, we should do this. So it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. and then when we had it basically done, and then we talked about putting the deck on it, that was, okay, let's go do a deck now. And so that was a good idea though, because I wheeled stuff outside already and done some sawing and some sanding. Keeps the inside there. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have concrete around, you'd be wheeling in mud and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. So how's that deck work with the casters? Does that do pretty good?
Yes. Yeah. The boards are close enough together that the sand will go, or the sawdust will go through it, but the wheels don't get stuck on it. The caster wheel.
Oh, cool.
That's a good question though, because that would have been a bummer if that was the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bigger caster wheels or something.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So you're setting up the shop. What's going through your head?
I'm thinking work tables and wood storage. And so, because and then flow of work. And
Someone's phone.
yeah.
Insurance company calling me. So yeah, when I was setting up my shop, first of all, I couldn't wait until it was built.
Yeah.
Then I learned about wiring, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then once it was all up, I had issues with water.
Oh.
So I had to get those resolved. And then my next challenge was where was I going to put everything?
Yeah.
I think I have moved everything in that shop at least 20 times.
Oh yeah. Wow.
I've had the lathe over in this corner like 3 times. Now it's back over that corner. I had the X-carve in this corner. Now it's at that corner. Table saw, I had it in that far corner. Now it's in towards the middle.
You don't have any stuff on casters?
Oh yeah, I bought me some metal tool cabinets with drawers, and they had those cheap plastic casters, and I bought the nice rubberized skateboard type,
Nice.
and put on there. And yeah, everything's on casters. Everything.
Cool.
The only thing ain't on casters is my lathe. I was thinking of doing something like what Patrick did at Patrick's workshop, where it's low profile, but yet you can lift it up and move it.
Oh.
I was thinking about that, but it's kind of easy just to put a mover's dolly underneath
Oh.
the legs.
Yeah.
Lift one end, put a dolly in there. Lift the other end, put a dolly, and just move it, and then set it down where I need it. So that's how I move that thing around. But hopefully I'm going to move it around until I move into my new shop, so, which I'm regretting doing because everything's so heavy.
Yeah.
So, have you had challenges of where you're going to be putting your tools?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. And so we made the walls in OSB, and so I have no problem at all putting a nail or screw in the wall. So I've been hanging a lot of stuff. And then my hobby bench, I have little tiny tools in my hobby bench that I need to clean out the drawers because it's pretty full. But yeah, other tools. I also have a tool bag that I keep my little tools in. But the big tools that husband has it's still in our storage unit from when we moved here from Oregon.
From Washington.
From Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she meant.
Huh?
That's what you meant.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah. Yeah, we moved from Oregon, then we moved from Louisiana, from Oregon. Yeah.
Well, Sterling Davis wants to know, how did the weather play have an impact on you while you were building your shop?
Well, since we live on the Oregon coast, the weather doesn't get very hot and it doesn't get very cold. We did have a few days of freezing, but it doesn't stay freezing for long. So it might freeze overnight, but when you wake up in the morning and it'll warm up to at least like 40. And so the days that were less than 40 were few and we didn't work. But the days that were, that got warmer, that we didn't have so much rain, then we get out there and do as much as we could. But the days where it was just raining, it was like, forget it. We're not doing anything out there. But then once we had it closed in, there was a lot to do inside. So that didn't matter about the weather outside. But yeah,
That's
the weather,
cool.
yeah, it was like, yeah.
So are you going to be putting shelves or cabinets or anything in there?
Well, I put up some shelves that I got from Harbor Freight. They're just like shelf hangers. Yeah, put some shelf hangers up and then some pieces of, some boards, and then have just stacked things on that. And that's working really well. It holds a lot of weight. And so I'm doing that for wood storage. And I won't do any other shelves for anything else. Just wood storage and no cabinets. It's just going to be a plain, simple little, here I have it shop. But you know what? I'll probably change that idea, that thinking once I have more junk in there. Yeah. Trying to keep down on the junk amount too. And now I have the shed can be used as an actual shed. So we're going to be putting things in there that we don't use when we're in the shop.
Okay. Now the big question is, you have more room. Are you going to get some new tools?
Well, I have a wish list, and husband has a wish list also. So we've talked about that, and we're just going to slowly pluck away at the wish list. And so some of the things that I want, like a lathe, we probably won't get until we move into our retirement home, which, is some time away yet.
Okay.
But and we'll have a bigger shop at that home. He says 1,500 square feet.
Nice.
So,
Wow.
yeah, it's not built yet. It's a dream, but that's yeah. It's actually going to be built in June. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move all of our stuff out of storage into that place until we actually live in that place. I mean, it's just going to be in boxes in the shop until we move into the house.
So since you're all set up, is there anything that you would do differently if you had the chance to?
I wouldn't make the guest room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just because now that I have the shop area, it's like, yeah. But it's nice having the guest room because then guests, we can have them come over. And Andrew from Heavy Boxes, he actually used the guest room. He was here doing something for work, and we did a collaboration project together while he was here. And so he stayed in there. And then some of the kids have come over and stayed here, and we've had some friends come over and stay. So that's been nice since our house only has one bedroom. But yeah, I get there in the shop, it's like, oh.
So when it's not a spare bedroom, do you use it as an office?
No, it's just, I just have I have my scroll saw in there, and the table saw is in there, and my little miter saw is in there. And then my pneumatic sander is in there. So all of my big
yes, you
tools
stuff
are
all
in
your
there.
tools in there and you pull them out as you need them, huh?
Yes. Actually, I can go out there. I wonder if my internet will work out there.
Well, if you get lost, just click on that link and get back in here.
Okay. Okay, well, here's the shop. You see the hobby bench, and I've got a bunch of junk on there. Can you guys see that?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And then here's the room.
Oh, okay.
There. So there's all of the tools in the room. Boy, the room smells good. And Andrew said it was like sleeping in a cabin. All the
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah.
So are those walls shiplapped?
It's I don't think it's shiplap. It is lap like siding stuff.
Like tongue and groove?
Yes. Yeah, tongue and groove.
Oh, okay.
It's real thin too. It's just like 1/8 of an inch thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice looking wood though. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. I like it a lot. Yeah. The Murphy bed was an excellent idea. We're really happy we have that in there.
Yeah, that way you can fold it up, keep all the dust or whatnot off of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a question for everybody.
Sure.
Stacking wood, let's see, horizontal, vertically, like, does that work for anybody? I mean, I've seen those racks, but that takes a lot of space.
Well, I tell you what, it works just as well as it does horizontally. It'll twist and whatnot, no matter what you do.
Oh, the wood will?
Yeah, just depends on how wet the wood is and how dry your shop is.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
But yeah,
That way too, but try to keep it off the floor if I can.
keep it off the floor?
That's just because
yeah, that's where all your moisture is.
Right.
Okay. Huh.
If you were to stack it, like you are right there,
Uh-huh.
what I would do is I'd get say half a pallet, and then
Yeah.
just stack it on top of the pallet there.
Okay.
That way it's off the floor. It's not going to get so much moisture.
Okay, that's really good to know.
But if you watched, I hate to mention Jay because he's so big, but if you watched Jay, just the other day he just showed you how twisted a piece of board was, and he had it stacked vertically just the way you have it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, it'll do that whether you're laying it horizontally or vertically.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I know.
I mean, all the hardwood stores show it, vertically.
Yeah.
But then you go to the box stores and it's all vertical, horizontally. So I don't know. My experience is if it's going to twist, it's going to twist, and it's mainly due because of moisture.
Okay. Well, guess I just deal with it as it happens.
John Schaffner says also keep it as vertical as possible to help avoid warpage.
Okay. So off the floor and keep it as vertical as possible.
Yeah, as straight as possible.
Okay. Okay. It's just easier to get it, when it's like that. Because when it's stacked.
You know what I do? And I've been having some success with it. Is I got one of those dehumidifiers from Walmart. It's like $60, and just put it over there by where the wood's going to be stored. It keeps it nice and dry.
Oh.
And all you got to do is empty out the little water container once a week.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'm down here where it's humid all the time, so and it does a pretty good job.
Okay. Okay.
I pretty much don't worry about it too much. I just store wherever I can. It's stacked up beside the fridge in the shop. It's in the rafters. It's under a bench. It's wherever I can find a space to stash a piece of wood is where it goes. So and I'll deal with it. If it gets warped, I'll deal with it when the time comes.
I like that kind of thinking, especially since all my woodwork is small. I don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can get away with it a lot more.
Yeah.
If I was a professional furniture shop, I'd worry about it more, but I'm
Oh,
not. I'm a
right.
hobbyist.
Yeah,
So
a hobbyist. Yay.
Well, when you're dealing with sheet goods and you rely on
Yeah.
those sheet goods to stay straight, uh, you gotta you gotta worry about humidity,
oh, absolutely.
the
But I
temperature.
don't.
Yeah.
But I don't. I don't store sheet goods that much. That's like a quarter sheets of plywood lying around it. I'm not overly concerned.
Right. But yeah, just like Chris says, we're hobbyists. Pretty much get away with almost everything.
Yeah. Nice.
The few customers I
Only
have.
thing is I hate twisted 2x4s.
Oh yeah.
If you don't get those things built right away and they just sit around, they end up doing that warping. That drives me nuts.
Those go up in the rafters because they can sit flush then.
Well, we got Dan Inglewood in the chat. We got Steve French. We got John Schaffner. We got Jim Bashirs. Jerry, Chris Ahern, and Sterling Davis. And we got 8 viewers watching, so there's got to be a little bit more.
They'll come back.
So, Chris, have you ever moved into a different shop?
Well, this
And-
is really my first full shop. Before this, I was working on the open air back porch, and when it's rained or snowed, everything lived under a tarp. So
Yeah,
when you're an apartment dweller, you don't have a whole lot of choices.
yeah. Jerry knows that experience very well.
Yeah. But now I've got the shop. It's 10 by 20. I think it's a little wider than 10. At least it seems wider, but it measures out as 10 by 20. An insulated cement slab, so when it gets cold, it gets cold. Then we shut down operations for a couple of months.
Yeah.
But we're back out there now. I usually don't have to give it up until right around Christmas. It gets, even with the propane heater running, that cement slab gets icy cold. And
Oh
it radiates right through your shoes and your boots, up your leg, and next to your dough, you're freezing.
yeah.
So, but
Sure.
yeah, so it's not a bad shop. It does the job. I spend most of my weekends out there when I get a free weekend.
So if you had a clean slate, what would you do differently?
Buy a piece of property with twice the size of a garage. I definitely need more real estate. But even if I'm starting over with this one, the first thing I would do is I would build a built-in bench around the back, like a horseshoe, about halfway down one side, halfway down the other, and across the back.
Yeah.
Right now, I've got mobile benches. They're just one's an old kitchen center island. The other one is a couple sawhorses with a door top of it. And the other one's the original bench that was in there. Working, but it's the more you look at it, you realize you're losing real estate because they're not a uniform size all around. So, but I would probably start over and do that. But we're thinking down the line of maybe not staying on this property, so I'm not going to put a lot of money into that. So,
Yeah, I hear you.
but I definitely would do that. I would definitely plot out where I'm putting things better. Everything in there is working right now, but as we were saying before the show, I wanted to get the bigger lathe, and at the last minute, I measured it in the store, and I realized it's not going to fit where I thought it was going to go. So we had to put that on hold.
Put it in the kitchen.
Yeah, I spent way too many hours working on this kitchen to try that. So,
Well, see, if you need to turn some knobs, it's right there. It's convenient.
okay, good. Right. By the way, this is my cabinet built around the fridge here too. So,
Your wife asked, why is that in here? Say, I thought you needed some salt shakers.
yeah, I don't see that floating too well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I try.
But, another thing I would do is make sure it's on its own circuit. There's been times where she's running things in the house and I fire up the table saw and we blow the circuit. So
Well, you don't
Yeah,
want the
come in,
lights
switch it.
flickering when you're working with the table saw?
we don't get flicker, we get dead dark. So it's an old house. It needs electrical work, but we definitely have it in its own circuits. That's if we were
Yeah.
starting over. So a lot of lessons learned. I planned it out better, that's for sure. So considering it's an ancient carriage house and it was one time a giant chicken coop, I'm not complaining at all. So
It was a chicken coop?
when we bought it, the previous owners were using it as a giant chicken coop.
Wow. Now I
I
can
spent
say, you know what? I
weeks-
got a buddy of mine. He's a woodworker. He works out of a chicken coop.
I spent weeks cleaning out there before I even moved the tool in. And every once in a great while, if I pull something down from the rafters or I throw something up there, you'll see a little chicken feather come floating down. So
Oh, yeah?
that's when you think you got them all. They're still out there. So,
Yeah,
not
Jim
complaining
Bashir's
whatsoever.
is saying his garage is so cluttered with kid stuff he can't move. Says he's going to build a shed to move the yard tools this summer, and the kids are all taking their stuff in June. Well, Jim, at least you don't got chicken stuff in there.
Exactly. I had to get the chicken poop out too. That took a long time. The funny
Oh,
thing
I
is, a
bet
lot
that
of the
thing smelled lovely when you moved in.
it was atrocious. The funny thing is, a lot of the half-inch plywood that he had building the stalls and stuff was still clean. So I cut it down and I used it on the walls. I
Oh,
salvaged
okay.
as much as I could out of that thing.
Yeah.
And if anybody ever wants to knock the Black & Decker jigsaw, that was the only power tool I had in the beginning. I used that thing like a sawzall.
Yeah, my
Nothing
my
still
first,
runs.
my most used tool used to be a circular saw.
Yep.
Circular saw, jigsaw, and a hammer. There you go.
You work with what you have. So not what you
yeah.
don't have.
Yeah, you make
Like
do
Marine
with
tell
what
you,
you
adapt
got.
and overcome. But who's that?
Okay, well, we're gonna go to Jerry. Jerry, he started over I don't know how many times, and you want to share your story, Senor?
Well, it started about 5 years ago, and I started in a 8-foot metal shed. Got some little wooden sheds to go with it. Then I moved into a garage. Had to drop a bunch of it, move up north, and I worked out of an easy up wrapped in blue tarps. And then I got the call to come out here to Texas, and I sold everything and just moved out here. And when I got here, I picked a house that I could rent to buy that purposely had a garage just for the shop. So that was the smartest move I ever did. But
And how big a shop is that?
this one is about, I think, 20 foot by 24. It's only problem. It's a 2-car garage. The only problem is the roof was bad at one point. It was built in 1939, so it's pretty old. And the back wall is completely rotten. So what happened, I've been sealing and running electrical and OSB and insulation and all that, but I never took care of the wall. So last month it flooded because the back wall is pretty much a sieve. And that's where I learned how to not store wood on the ground. I ended up throwing away a lot of wood, but it was something to learn. And the next big thing has got to be the back wall, but I also might just go ahead and extend the entire garage another 20 feet.
Wow. Another
So
20 feet.
yeah, it's one of those things. I don't want to do a ground up shop like all these people that go ahead and break ground and put up a new shop. And I don't think I'll have the money to buy like a shop like some people we know do.
Yeah.
But I think I can get 2x4s to build something. That's slab poured and all that.
Cool.
Okay, so that's one of your plans. Now, if you got a bigger shop, are you going to buy some more tools?
Yeah, there's I've got almost everything now. Of course, I had to rebuild from the ground up. I had a very small trailer of stuff with my dogs that moved with me here, and I don't think I kept any tools. It was just too much stuff.
Yeah.
But I got everything that I liked in the past, and everything new that I've wanted. I found some used tools, and of course the planer died on me, so I need to get a new real planer and a joiner and a drum sander. But I just got a laser and a small laser to start, and I want to get a bigger laser and a 3D printer, and I want to have a section for glass work and a section for leather work. So it's going to be a little interesting.
I think you need to have a conversation with Santa Claus.
Unfortunately, I'm buying it all, but
So you got Santa Claus on your payroll, huh?
yeah, I'm paying him.
So what was the biggest challenge for you?
Well, and I still haven't done a shop tour because I've reconfigured the shop 4 times. I completely started building a new tool in December, and it got so cold, I walled off my garage doors and filled them in. And then that opened up a lot more space, so I could change the shop layout again to where it is now. Of course, keeping the
Get
220
that
tools.
cold up there?
It wasn't that it got too cold this year, but it has gotten a little cold in the past. And even with the insulation, it just didn't seem to do it. Of course, trying to shoot videos with those metal doors in the rain isn't fun. But I can be out there till 4 a.m. and not know what time of day it is. It's ridiculous.
Like a casino.
I've done that.
But yeah, it's interesting. The hardest thing is keeping the 220 tools closest to the electric panel, because that wire is not cheap.
Oh, yeah. So is there any tips that you would, besides the 220 close to the breaker box, is there any other tips that you would recommend on setting up a new shop?
Flow is definitely the best thing. And I tried not to do any kind of workbench this time around other than the outfeed table. And that just isn't enough storage. I had stuff sitting on the floor and it all got wet, and it wasn't too bad, but I did have several things that rusted that I just decided weren't worth saving. So it's unfortunate, hardware and small tools and bits, and unfortunately you just got to let stuff go sometimes. But
Well, I know when I get my new shop, I want to have cabinets and countertops. And I want, because I'm not the kind of shelf kind of guy, because all the dust and everything just gets everywhere, and I'm tired of having to clean off stuff just to, I don't like picking up a tool and it's full of dust on it, For some reason, I like to keep my stuff nice and neat. Some of my stuff that I have, like my nailers and everything, I keep them still in the original boxes that they came in, with the manuals and everything. And, I try to keep everything nice and neat. So I'm more of a cabinet kind of guy, And I was thinking maybe I should do some cabinets that has like clear plexiglass, for the doors. That way I could see where everything's at, but yet I could keep all the dust off. But then I'm thinking, well, maybe that plexiglass would attract dust, and then I'd have to be cleaning all that.
Are you gonna put a vacuum system in, a dust removal system?
What's that?
Are you gonna put in a dust removal system?
Well, yeah, eventually when I get a nice size shop. I mean, when you're living in a small shop, 12 by 15, I don't got no dust collector for that. I just use a shop vac.
Are you kidding? I use the Mark I broom. I wait for it to hit the floor, then I sweep it up.
Yeah. And I'm the box fan with a filter type dude, for air cleaner, but
I don't even bother with the filter. I just turn the fan on in reverse.
I get kind of jealous. All these guys got the great big old tornado cyclones, that over a 55-gallon jug, container, and they got all these filter systems and all this, blah, 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 and got pipe strung all over the place. My shop's too small for that.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But I am very weary about dust in the air. As everybody knows, my wife's got lung cancer.
Yeah.
So I've been really, and I have asthma, so I can't be around that much dust myself. So wear face masks, respirators, got that fan that's got a filter on it, and I try to vacuum and suck up all the dust that I can, and I have those mini cyclones, and those work really well. But yeah, and my vacuum itself has a filtration system, so. But yeah, it'd be nice to have all that.
Oh yeah, the dream shop, sure.
But oh yeah. I don't think it'll be in this lifetime. Maybe the next.
It's funny that we talk about the next shop. That if we had the choice, there's a house directly across the street that we'd love to move into. It's got twice the space in the real estate in the shop. It's already got a clean room in the back. All I have to do is put a dust system in. I'm in business.
Yeah, there you go.
So, and I have to roll my tools across the street. It's great. But we'll see.
Let's see. Bob Lee, he's got a Harbor Freight dust collection. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was thinking of that because they're pretty cheap. But like I said, I don't have room for that kind of stuff. If I was to do that, I'd have to do what April did with hers. Put it on the outside of the shop in its own little room area.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, I would do that, and I'd also put my compressor out there, so the noise and the real, big pieces will stay out there. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and like with this house, I own this house, but I'm renting the land that it's on. So, which bites. Now, the place that we're going to be moving to, that's going to be ours. So.
Cool.
Now that's the way I want to go, because if I want to build something, then I'll just get the permit and build whatever I want.
Exactly.
And
we bought our own house, so we could put a nail in the wall without asking permission.
Yeah, but yeah, I was just happy just to get down here, and it's nice down here. But with this shop, for the longest time, I didn't think I was going to have a shop. I was getting the itch. I wanted to do something, and then when we got this built, now all the heat is contained. And if you open up the doors, it'll cool down a little bit, but then you got all the mosquitoes. Can't win from losing. Yeah, Katie
What I do
Dotson
for the
says cash flow is always a problem. Yep.
What I do about the mosquitoes, I get those mosquito coils, the green ones. I put 2 or 3 of them right across the bay door of the shop, and it keeps the mosquitoes out. It actually works pretty good.
Yeah, I use those too for camping.
Yeah, but if the rest of your shop is closed in, just that one door is open, put them there. It creates a barrier and keeps mosquitoes at bay. You're gonna get one that gets through now and then, but you're not gonna get destroyed. So
Yeah, in my old metal barn shed of mine that I used to have, I put up one of those mesh type screen doors.
yeah,
That did pretty good till the dogs went through it.
I thought about that, but I'd have to get 2 or 3 of them, and it's just not worth that kind of expense.
Oh, New Mexico, man, the bugs are huge. It's like come from the dinosaur ages. I had this one black bug. I don't know if it was a dragonfly or what, but it looked like a bird just coming right by my head. I was like, whoa, that thing was huge.
So. Hey Jerry, Jim Bashir's want to know where you were from, where you're at.
I'm in Texas right now, Central
Okay.
Texas. Brian's down lower.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm by the Mexican border.
Okay, well, you can have that spot.
Sterling goes, what's the use of baking a cake if you can't eat it? LOL. Exactly. Well, at nighttime it gets nice. The problem is you can't run saws and everything at midnight. You kind of like make the neighbors angry. But it does good when you have a lathe because the lathe doesn't make that much noise.
Yeah. I think the noisiest tool I got is my planer.
Yeah. Oh, I wish they'd make something and make those things quiet.
Oh, the bandsaw can run a close second.
My bandsaw's pretty quiet. So is my table saw.
I'd say
But
something
the
about that. That's
CNC
okay.
machine, the router's pretty quiet, but the shop vac is loud.
Yeah.
I'd say the 2 things that are the loudest in my shop is my shop vac and my planer.
Yeah. Even I roll the planer out into the driveway when I use it. It's too loud to be in that small shop.
I got a nice dust collection for that. It shoots it right into my cyclone. So.
I set it up outside where I put a barrel out in front of it to catch. It catches about 80%.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. I put a barrel with a piece of plywood in it, catches it, hits the plywood, and falls straight down the barrel.
What do you do for dust collection, Si?
I wheel everything out to the deck.
Let nature take care of it.
Well, I sweep it and it goes in between, the little cracks in the deck.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, that's what I've done so far. So I imagine one day it might, be full of sawdust under there.
Then what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Yeah.
I take most of my
So,
sawdust, I carry it out to the tree line behind the shop and throw it out in the woods.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I think it's biodegradable. I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah.
No.
Figure it's not that big of a deal.
Besides, it's my land. I can dump what I want back there.
Nice.
Let's see. Katie Dotson says, my neighbors mess with me, I'll get a donkey. They go off around daylight. Yeehaw.
Oh, nice, Katie.
So I wanted to ask Jerry, you're going to add 20 more feet onto your existing building?
Yeah, I figured there's no point in just doing a little bit. Might as well
Yeah,
just go
that's
all the
that's
way.
awesome that you have that much space to do that.
Yeah, I got really lucky when I found this place. The idea of renting a place with a garage was the first idea. The second was I've got 2 small dogs. My uncle has a dog, and that had to be acceptable. And so there's actually a nice little rectangular yard out back that goes another 30 feet down, and then it goes around. So it'll
Wow.
block off some of that ugly fence too.
Nice.
So, man, you're going to have what, 40 by 20?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be sizable.
Wow.
Nice.
Awesome.
He's going to have all
we
kinds of
see-
gadgets in that shop.
We expect to see bigger builds out of you now.
Yeah, I'll actually do something bigger than a desk. It's not the biggest thing I've made so far.
I'm trying to think what the biggest thing I've made. Actually, I did the built-ins in our dining room. That's probably about the biggest.
Let's see. Jim Bashir says, my dust and chip collection system is wheels. That's why I'm the driveway workshop.
The old Mark I broom.
Well, that's all I got for this evening, folks.
Okay, we filled up a good chunk of time.
If there's anything you guys would like to talk about next week, leave it in the comment section. And if there's somebody that you'd like to see on the show, leave that in the comment section. And we'll be back next Saturday, same time. Thanks for stopping in. Sorry I've been away for so long, but you know how life goes. It'll take you by the hand. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.